University of North Texas. This is ntTV Nightly News.
As the conversation surrounding trans rights continues across Texas, this dialogue is especially important right here on the UNT campus. And UNT administration is now putting themselves directly into the action.
Thanks for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Kayla Holt.
And I'm Blake Coonley. You just saw students late this afternoon protesting once again on the steps of UNT's administration building, but this time with a twist.
Student concern over issues of transgender equality on campus have become focused on UNT President Dr. Neil Smatresk. ntTV's Michaela Goose was at the protest and joins us now in the studio. Michaela?
Thanks, guys. UNT students planned a protest against UNT President Neil Smatresk today, and a surprising guest showed up, Dr. Neil Smatresk himself. He sat on the steps of the Hurley administration building and talked to students for over an hour. He once again condemned the young conservatives of Texas in front of the students in the audience. Students asked questions regarding the recent controversy over YCT. One student told the president there has been a big loss of community and all of these students need to be heard. Smatresk responded by telling students to give all of their emails to an administrator that was present so that he could reach out and begin to have these conversations directly. Smatresk also suggested a forum with the UNT Police Department in order to start building trust between campus police and students. Also, the president informed students that there is an ongoing investigation into the YCT and formal complaints that have been lodged against certain members. He also said, quote, "I will protect you the best that I can. I can't stop everyone from saying their opinions, but I will protect you," unquote. As always, we will continue to keep you updated as this story progresses. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Michaela. With spring break coming up, I'm really excited for the warmer weather. How about you, Kayla?
No, I'm definitely excited because I'm staying home for spring break. Let's see what Ryan Cantrell has to tell us about the weather. Ryan?
Well, guys, I know I'm not the only one here enjoying this beautiful weather here at Union Fest, but it won't last long because we have a cold front coming in tomorrow. But speaking of beautiful weather, currently in Denton, we're at 64 degrees. East winds at 5 miles per hour under sunny skies. Tonight we'll see temperatures dip into the low 40s with an actual temperature of 44 degrees. Winds will pick up to 8 miles per hour with clear skies. However, tomorrow, cold front coming in, bringing in some rain, snow, sleet, and even ice, making adverse travel conditions. So much so, in fact, that the National Weather Service did put out a winter weather and wind advisory for Denton County tomorrow. So please stay safe when traveling tomorrow. That's all I have from my first look weather. Stick with us as I talk about tomorrow's cold front even more and next week's warming trend. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, if you take advantage of the weather to hit the road, you will be paying more at the pump. The average price of gas in Texas hit a record high of $4 a gallon. In DFW, it's an average of $4.07. AAA of Texas said gas prices are climbing at a weekly pace we've never seen before, and are predicting prices will continue to go up due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the impact it's causing on crude oil. But Texas drivers are in better shape than some. Our neighbors in California are paying an average of $5.69 a gallon.
With gas prices on the rise, what can we do to save some money at the pump? CNN's Katerina Velasquez has some tips on how to make your drive a bit less of a pain at the pump.
Whether you drive 5 miles or 50 miles each day, one thing is for sure. You need to make sure your gas tank is full before you hit the road. At Riverside Automotive Service, owner Peter Bilgo says there are a few important things you can do to save on gas consumption, like making sure your tires are at the proper inflation rate.
Low tire does two things. It can cause the tire to wear and it causes excessive resistance.
He says you can find the max inflation rate right on the tire. Also, keeping your car maintenance up to date, like changing your spark plugs a little earlier, will help save gas.
Most cars have 100,000 mile spark plugs. Well, change them a little bit earlier. Change them at 80,000, because most of your drivability problems will occur in that last 20,000 miles.
As you stop and go, make sure your brakes are in good shape so you can stop and accelerate smoothly. While there are many tips, he says one of the easiest things you can do is keep your air filter clean.
If this air filter is restricted, you're cutting down the airflow into the intake manifold, and a restricted airflow, you're going to use more fuel.
He says an air filter can easily be forgotten because it's out of sight, but it'll make a big difference.
I would make an analogy between running a race with a rag in your mouth. It restricts your airflow, you're going to use more fuel.
And as for the things you can see with your eye,
Being conscious of any lights that come on the dash, tire lights, check engine light.
here are a few more tips from AAA. Use cruise control to help maintain a constant speed and save fuel. Avoid prolonged idling, even in the winter. Avoid jackrabbit starts and hard acceleration. And slow down and drive the speed limit. While every vehicle is different, these tips may change how often you find yourself at the gas pump.
Now, if you don't want to take that car out of the garage, but you still want to have a good time this spring break, there's still some stuff to do that won't break the bank.
That's right, y'all. If you are wanting to go out, I have heard that the Botanical Gardens in Fort Worth and the Dallas Arboretum are great picks to go visit this coming week.
And if you want to be a homebody, I know that Netflix has you covered. You can binge watch all your favorite shows and movies from the comfort of your own home.
Some other ideas would be a picnic in the park, hitting some museums in the surrounding DFW area, or if you're into the spring cleaning thing, you could take that time to clean out that closet.
Well, Blake, I'm thinking I'm going to spend the break here in Denton.
Oh yeah, you know what, that might not be that bad of an idea. Our live shot reporter, Patrice Dorr, is at North Lakes Park with some news on new trails in addition to many Denton parks. Patrice?
Thanks, guys. Spring break is just around the corner. To enjoy the lovely weather for next week, Denton has many parks and trails to visit during spring break. North Lake Park features a 1.5-mile loop trail. The trail offers hiking, running, and walking. North Lake also offers a 2-disc golf course and driving range open to the public. Another park to visit is Clear Creek Natural Heritage Park, which has Denton's first mountain bike trail. The trail covers over 5 miles and is great for beginners. And if biking isn't your thing to enjoy, a match of tennis or volleyball is available across all parks in Denton. There are many things to do in Denton to have a fun and active spring break. Now back to Kayla and Blake in the studio.
Thanks for that, Patrice. North Lakes Park has a lot to offer, and with all these options around DFW, maybe my Las Vegas trip can wait.
You're telling me, Blake. After the break, we take a look at UNT's Union Fest. Then we're going on a little trip to the park. But first, Zach Fox is live at the Star in Frisco with an update on the Conference USA men's basketball tournament. Stay tuned.
Guys, big news indeed all around the world of sports. But let's go ahead and start with this morning and the UNT Lady Mean Green taking down Old Dominion. Final score 65-58 behind 29 points, and now new career high for Ali Gomez, including 7 for 7 from the three-point line. This now marks the first time in a long time for the Mean Green moving on past the first round, and our next scheduled to play Charlotte, as Charlotte is also fresh off a win, taking down Rice 59-53. One UNT win down and more surely to come. Head coach Jaylee Mitchell and her team, they can celebrate for now and be ready to do battle once again tomorrow as they take on Charlotte. Also, it has been 99 days, but the chains have been broken as an agreement has come between the MLB and the Players Association earlier today, and now the new opening day time will be April 7th. This comes after a 3-day exhausting exchange between the two sides as they both agree on a 5-year collective bargaining agreement ending the second longest work stoppage in league history. That means tonight, after 6 o'clock, the free agency fiesta, well, that probably shall begin. So plenty of good news to come around here at the Star in Frisco, and we have all the coverage of Conference USA play, including the Mean Green men's team as they do battle against Rice. Stay tuned.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 And let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Listen to my flow to save some H2O. This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
Kayla, do you know what's going on down at the Union? I tried to grab lunch earlier and noticed a lot more students than usual.
Well, it's the annual UNT Union Fest. The Division of Student Affairs has worked really hard on this. Let's go out to Leslie Juarez for more information.
Thank you guys. I'm here live outside of the UNT Union. It's been a fun day here at UNT as we celebrate the history of having a union facility. There's been a lot of different events going on throughout the day, such as live music, fun trivia games, goodies such as coffee and cupcakes, movie showings, and even some cute gifts you get to take home. A silent disco party just started not long ago and will be going on until 10 p.m. tonight in the Union Emerald Ballroom. Tonight I will be back to share the rest of the events happening, but for now, if you feel like you've had too many cupcakes, do not worry, because our reporter Austin Hedgecott has the perfect way to get a workout in. Austin?
That's right, Leslie. While it sure is easy to overeat those tasty treats, Camp Gladiator makes it easy to wake up early and get a good morning workout in. Formed in Dallas and now in over 350 cities nationwide, Camp Gladiator makes it easy to get up, get active, and get a workout in. While most of Denton is sound asleep, one fitness community is up and at 'em. Camp Gladiator's boot camp style workouts combine weight and equipment training with cardio and bodyweight exercises to give participants a full body workout. Each individual boot camp lasts 4 weeks, and each week gets harder than the last. No previous workout experience is needed, and all fitness levels are encouraged to join.
You know, it doesn't matter who's the fastest or who's the slowest or who can do all of the exercises or who needs them modified. Everybody is cheering everybody on.
3 times a week at 5 a.m., a group of over 20 campers, as they're called, meets and trains under certified personal trainer Maggie McDonald. McDonald began as a camper herself, but joined on as an instructor 5 years ago.
There's something special about the Denton people. It's just an amazing culture to be a part of. I think our campers do a better job of creating our culture than even our trainers do. They're just a very special group of people, and I just love it. All the trainers in the parking lots are certified personal trainers, so we can help modify for a bum knee, a bum shoulder. We can always help you get all the way through the workout.
Across town at 6 a.m., instructor Jared Garcia leads a session of his own. A graduate of UNT and a personal trainer for 11 years, Garcia says the community atmosphere helps people stay motivated to show up and work hard.
So a lot of people have the mindset of like, okay, well, that sounds maybe a little intimidating, Camp Gladiator, I'm not a gladiator, maybe that's not for me. but it's absolutely for everybody. I mean it, all ages and ability levels. We will make it work for you.
With workouts starting as early as 4 in the morning and as late as 9 at night, Camp Gladiator has a time and a place for everyone.
Well, it's easy to get up and get outside with beautiful weather like it is today. It's looking like it might not be so nice tomorrow. Let's hear from our weather anchor Ryan Cantrell about what our workout warriors will have to deal with this weekend.
Friends, I've hoped you've enjoyed these last few days of perfect weather. But speaking of, across North Texas, we're looking at temperatures all in the mid-60s. Graham at 66, McKinney at 64, Decatur at 64 as well, Sherman at 63, Paris at 60, and the folks at Bowie at 63. Now across the Texas, we're going to see a little bit more of a radical distribution of temperatures, with Amarillo and Oklahoma City already feeling the wrath of this cold front, which has basically covered much of the panhandle already. But Austin's at 70, H-Town at 69, Shreveport at 60, and Tyler at 62. And now friends, here is my 7-day forecast. So tomorrow, cold front coming in, snowy, icy conditions. Again, there is a National Weather Service winter weather advisory, so please stay safe with a 70% chance of precipitation occurring tomorrow. However, let's forget about tomorrow's cold weather and look ahead towards next week. From Saturday onward, we got a bunch of clear weather and mild temps, perfect for those spring break activities. Saturday, we got a high of 53 and sunny skies. And on to Monday, we might see a little bit of precipitation at 20%, maybe see some T-storms here and there. But Tuesday onward, we got clear skies and mild temperatures in the 70s. Now that's a wrap from my full weathercast. Back to Kayla in the studio.
Thanks, Ryan. The evolving COVID-19 pandemic has caused a lot of changes to our lives, including work. According to a new CUSA Family Foundation survey, 40% of workers missed work due to the Omicron surge. When surveying parents, more than a quarter of parents said they had to miss work because they had a child in quarantine or online learning. Low-income earners reported a different reality. According to the survey, 30% of low-income workers say they went to work with COVID symptoms or after being exposed because they couldn't afford to take time off. This information doesn't come as a surprise as the U.S. economy continues to heal from the pain of the pandemic. In the education sector, things are turning out for the better. According to the Pediatrics Journal, school districts that enforce mask wearing reduced infections by 72%. This survey focused on 61 school districts across 9 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. This data complements the separate CDC study released this week. According to the results, public schools in Arkansas that enforced masks last fall saw 23% fewer COVID cases on average than schools that didn't enforce masks. As we approach the better half of the COVID-19 pandemic, this data shows how far our efforts have come. Clinging to the data, President Biden has chosen to extend the travel mask mandate another month. The formal requirement was set to expire March 18th, but just before the spring break surge in traveling, the Biden administration has chosen to renew the federal mask mandate. Federal officials say President Biden will likely make an announcement about his decision in the coming days. Like the previous federal mask mandates, this mandate also applies to all mass transportation, including trains, buses, planes, and travel hubs like airports. Back to you, Blake.
Thank you, Kayla. Still to come, we will revisit the Star in Frisco while Zach covers the Conference USA men's basketball tournament. Next, the newest restaurant just steps away from the UNT campus. Stick around.
UNT is more than 125 years in the making. To find new solutions, we create a new point of view. We know what's possible when creativity, originality, and independent thought converge. We're ranked a Tier 1 research university. We're home to excellence the size of Texas. Define your future at UNT and soar to new heights.
It's that time of year where everyone plays a dangerous game with the flu. Going in uneducated, you run the risk of symptoms like cough, migraine, and fatigue. Don't be like this guy. Combat the flu with cough drops, ibuprofen, and a good night's sleep. Be smart, don't catch the flu.
If you're looking for a cool new restaurant to try with a variety of drinks and food, then our segment anchor Isabella Quintanilla knows just the place.
Thanks, Kayla. If you're looking for a good spot to hang out close to campus while eating great food, then I've got the perfect place for you. I visited Denton's newest restaurant to see what all the excitement's about. Let's take a look.
The Flying Squirrel is Denton's newest restaurant and has already gained lots of attention for its uniqueness. We spoke with the owner to get a better look at the inspiration behind the restaurant.
The first thing was, okay, what do we want the concept to be? Well, let's do late night brunch on Fry Street because we're open till 3 a.m. on the weekends. Everyone needs to eat. There's not really a lot of places you can go and just sit down and have a good meal. And then we have some of the best grilled cheese you'll ever find.
The Flying Squirrel is best known for its logo of Lucky the Squirrel riding on Scrappy's back, which people love because of how weird it is.
Our entire brand is wrapped around just the absurdity of it all. Why not have a restaurant owned by an albino squirrel? Seemed fitting.
The restaurant owner, a UNT alumnus, is also a huge advocate for the LGBTQ+ community, which he made sure to incorporate into his restaurant.
When I was at UNT, there wasn't really a hub or a spot for the LGBTQ+ community. And, you know, being a gay man myself, I thought maybe there's an opportunity there to really have a safe space for that community that's right next to campus.
On top of that, the food and drinks are amazing with an elaborate espresso and mocktail menu to go with their delicious food.
The Flying Squirrel is located right on the corner of Fry and Hickory Street and is open until 3 a.m. Friday and Saturday, so be sure to check it out and to try their famous chicken and waffles. Blake and Kayla, back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Isabella. I will definitely have to check it out after we wrap up tonight. We're going to take a second look at UNT's Union Fest with reporter Leslie Juarez. Leslie?
Thank you, Blake. I'm joined here by Senior Assistant Jessie Walter. She's going to be telling us more about what Disco Party is about.
Silent Disco basically is an event where students can come and get headphones. There are 3 different tracks, so basically there are like 3 different playlists running. They can choose what they want to listen to and dance together. So basically you get to dance to whatever you want to dance to. And yeah, so it's Silent Disco because it's all in headphones. But yeah.
Cool. And are there any requirements for students to come join?
Just your student ID. We have people swipe in. If you're not a student or if like a student brings a friend, we generally let them in. We have enough headphones normally. So yeah, that's about it.
Sounds good. And are there any other events that students can attend if they're not feeling the disco party?
Yeah, there's live band karaoke tonight, I believe, starting at 7 until 10 in the Syndicate.
Well, thank you so much. As you heard, there's a lot of different events going on throughout the night. But for now, with such festive times here in Denton, let's not forget that the Mean Green basketball team is in Frisco. So let's head over to ntTV's Zach Fox, who has more. Zach?
Yeah, guys, the UNT women's basketball team were able to rise victorious earlier today. We'll see if the men's team can do the same, as they both have, as right now the men have hit halftime. We'll get details on how that game has gone so far when we return.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, sorry.
UNT is more than 125 years in the making. To find new solutions, we create a new point of view. We know what's possible when creativity, originality, and independent thought converge. We're ranked a Tier 1 research university. We're home to excellence the size of Texas. Define your future at UNT and soar to new heights.
Hey, listen to my flow to save some H2O. This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
Guys, just 1 year ago, the Mean Green rose victorious in the same building behind me as Conference USA tournament champions. And this year, they're rolling right back into Frisco in what was a 15-game win streak before a rare loss last Saturday at UTEP. UNT struggling from the free throw line Saturday, where as a team they were just 4 of 15 just in the first half alone. Despite the fall, though, the team is very hopeful to arise as Conference USA tournament champs. Currently, UNT battles Rice and the Owls at the moment. 35-17, UNT leads at the half. They have been up by as much as 21, 30-9. About 5 minutes to go, but currently hold an 18-point edge over the Owls. Now, here's a quick look as how the Conference USA men's bracket is holding up so far. You have Florida Atlantic and UTEP moving on yesterday, and UNT is the first game today as the quest for March Madness continues. The UNT esports program has been very successful for just being a program for 5 years, and this year makes no different. One of their best years so far with a little bit of history sprinkled in. Here's Edward Brady with more.
After about 5 years since the program's creation, UNT League of Legends has hit a new height. The team finished 5-1 with multiple victories over top teams. The team both started and ended the season in the top 10 of the 72-team South Division. The 3 returning faces worked well with the 2 new starters, and the team came together spectacularly. Their crowning achievement came in the final week. With a 2-1 victory over 10th-ranked Texas A&M, UNT League of Legends clinched its first ever playoff berth in the program's 5-year history.
UNT are dealing so much damage, it doesn't even matter. All members of A&M are dead, and UNT are going to take the game. UNT are going to playoffs.
Oh, it feels really great. It's something I was never able to do as a player, so I started playing CLOL in 2016, and I've never been with a team that's made the playoffs, so the first time in my 6th try, it feels really good, and I'm just really proud of our players for all the work they've put in to get to this point, and yeah.
Even though Florida got their revenge in the first round with a 3-1 victory, the year was undoubtedly a massive success. Everyone involved can hold their heads high, and we can only wait to see where the program goes from here.
I want to thank everyone supporting us, and I want to thank our coach and my teammates to carry on my dream of making it to playoff. I could not make it without you guys.
For ntTV, I'm Edward Brady.
A great year for UNT esports as we hope and wish the best of luck to them in the near future. But for now, right outside the Star in Frisco, the Mean Green have a lot of work to do, and so far really laying it on the Rice Owls, 35-17. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and take my seat if you don't mind, so I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you.
Thank you, Zach. And on that note, thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again Monday night at 6 here on North Texas Television.